The day they carried her husband's coffin out of the compound, Ngozi's sisters-in-law were already counting what would be theirs. She didn't know that yet. She was too busy holding her 2 children close, too busy crying into a black wrapper that smelled like her husband's cologne. But by the time the last mourner left Enugu that evening, something in the house had already changed. If you've ever lost someone and watched people show their true colors right after, this story will feel familiar. And if it teaches you something about protecting yourself before you need to, stay till the end. That's where the real lesson sits. Before I continue, if you love stories like this, hit that subscribe button because what happens at the end will surprise you. Ngozi had been married to Chidi for 11 years, good years mostly. He built the house they lived in with his own hands, plot by plot, brick by brick, and he always said, "Ngozi, this house is for you and the children, no matter what happens to me." She never thought she'd need to remember those words so soon. Chidi's sisters, Uche and Blessing, never liked her much. They said their brother married beneath him, that a school teacher's daughter had no business managing family wealth. When Chidi was alive, their dislike stayed quiet, tucked under smiles at Christmas and birthdays. But grief has a way of removing masks. 3 days after the burial, Uche walked into Ngozi's bedroom without knocking. She started opening wardrobes, checking under the bed, going through Chidi's old file box like she was searching for something specific. "What are you doing?" Ngozi asked, still weak from crying. "Family business," Uche said, not even looking up. "You will understand soon." Ngozi understood faster than she wanted to. Within 2 weeks, the car was gone, sold, they said, to settle burial expenses. The shop Chidi had rented out for extra income was suddenly under Blessing's name. Documents Ngozi swore she'd seen in Chidi's box had disappeared completely. And one Sunday afternoon, while Ngozi was at church with her children, someone came and changed the padlock on the main gate. She stood outside her own house with her son and daughter, holding a bag of clothes someone had thrown out for her, while neighbors watched from their windows and said nothing. Most people would have broken down completely. Ngozi almost did. But that night, sitting in her cousin's small room in Enugu, she remembered something. Chidi, 2 years before he died, had taken her to his lawyer's office, just in case, he'd said, smiling like nothing bad would ever happen to them. He'd put the house in a family trust with her and the children as direct beneficiaries, not under his sisters, not under tradition, under law. It took 4 months. 4 months of visits to the lawyer's office, of Uche and Blessing sending threats through relatives, of people telling her to just let it go, respect your husband's family. But Ngozi didn't let it go. She stood in that courtroom with shaking hands and told the truth, and the truth, backed by paper, was stronger than anger. The judge ruled in her favor. Every single asset came back. The house, the shop, even the car, which had to be repurchased from the buyer. Uche and Blessing never apologized. They simply stopped calling. And honestly, Ngozi didn't need their apology. She needed her children to have a roof, and now they did. People often say blood is thicker than water. But paper, it turns out, can be thicker than both when love thinks ahead. If this story moved you, don't scroll past without dropping a comment below telling me what you'd have done in Ngozi's shoes. And if you believe more people need to hear stories like this, share it with someone today.